All right, so ancient China, huh? Got that big test coming up.
Yeah, the Han Dynasty. Super important.
Well, think of this deep dive like your super study session. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna make it fun.
Exactly. Think of the Han Dynasty like the cool kid, Lasted over 400 years.
Wow, 400 years. That's like way longer than like my favorite video game.
Yeah, and they left behind a legacy, that still shapes China today. Like, think of it like that awesome teacher you had in elementary school, right? Still remember them.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, so 400 years of history.
Mm-hmm.
How do we like even begin to like remember all that?
Well, we break it down, right? Like levels in a video game. We got government, family life, and all the cool stuff they invented.
Okay, I like this. Level 1, government. How'd they keep things running, for so long?
Mandate of heaven, that's the key. Imagine, like, the emperor is the star quarterback, right? But gotta prove he's worthy. Or the universe, like, calls timeout.
So, like, if my team keeps losing, I might start cheering for, like, another team, right?
Exactly. That's how the first Han emperor, Liu Bang, he got in. The previous dynasty, the Qin, they were all about, like, strict rules, harsh punishments, think detention for, like, chewing gum.
Oof, no thanks.
Nobody likes a super strict teacher, right?
Right.
So they lost the mandate of heaven.
So Liu Bang, he's like the new kid in school who changed the game.
Yeah, he knew everyone was tired of, like, the Qin's harsh rules. So he lowered taxes,
Yeah.
eased up on punishments, even gave land to his supporters.
Nice. That's how you make friends.
Totally. Then comes Emperor Wudi. He wanted to, like, level up the government.
Oh, things are getting interesting. What'd he do?
Well, he took control of important resources. And, like, he made Confucianism the official philosophy.
Confucianism, that's like a big deal, right?
Huge. Think of it like the ultimate guide to being good, respecting your elders, family values, all that.
Okay, so, like, the golden rule, but, like, supercharged.
Yeah. And they even had, get this, exams based on Confucianism to pick government officials.
Whoa, so, like, you gotta pass a test to work for the government.
Yep. Only the best and brightest, Like getting into a good college.
Makes sense. So if you were like a good kid, aced your tests, you could like climb the ranks, maybe even be like an advisor to the emperor.
You got it. Confucianism wasn't just for the government, though. It was everywhere, especially in family life.
Family was a big deal in Han China, huh?
Absolutely. It was like the secret ingredient that made everything work. Confucianism, it gave them the recipe for a harmonious family, Okay, so think about it like different groups in your school, right? You got like your cliques. Well, Han society, they had social classes, kind of like a popularity pyramid.
Ooh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like who were the popular kids in ancient China?
At the top, you had the emperor and his crew. They're like the royalty, the ones everyone looked up to. Then you had the scholars. Think like the brainiacs aced all the tests.
So brains and power. Got it. Who else was in this pyramid?
Then you have the peasants, the majority of the people. The ones who kept things running,
Mm-hmm.
Farmers, they put food on everyone's table.
The central workers. Okay. What about like the artsy kids? Where do they fit in?
Oh yeah, the artisans. They were there too. Making all the cool stuff, Like pottery, clothes, tools.
Like the kids in art club always making awesome projects, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we got brains, power, the creative types. What about like the entrepreneurs? The kids who are always selling stuff.
That's where it gets kind of interesting. See, the merchants, even if they were rich, they were at the bottom.
What by?
Confucianism, remember, contributing something real, Merchants, they weren't really making stuff, just buying and selling.
Oh, right. Like the kids reselling candy in the hallway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just about where you were on the pyramid, right? Like how rich you were mattered too.
Makes sense. Even with the popular kids, there's different levels of like cool.
Right. The wealthy in Han China, they had mansions, fancy clothes, huge parties.
Wow, living the dream. What about the everyday people, the peasants? All work and no play.
For them, it was more about, like, survival. Modest homes, working the fields, paying taxes.
So some kids have the latest gadgets, others are rocking hand-me-downs.
Yeah, pretty much. But everyone still had to follow those Confucian values, right? Respect your elders, all that.
Right, like the glue that held everything together.
Exactly.
So speaking of family, huge in Han China, right? What was it actually like?
Okay, so imagine your parents, they always have the final say.
Oh, no. My parents are like emperors.
Kinda. Disobeying. Big no-no. Father, head of the house, sons, super important. They'd inherit everything, take care of the parents.
It's like passing down the family business.
Yeah, keeping things going.
What about, like, the girls, what they do?
Sadly, girls weren't, like, equal back then. They didn't have the same, opportunities. Their main role was to marry and join the husband's family.
Like in old movies, the girl just dreams of getting married.
Yeah, but things have changed, thankfully.
For sure.
And even then, some amazing women, they broke the mold. Like, older women, widows, they could gain authority,
Awesome. So even with strict rules, some people made their own way. But, okay, back to those Han Dynasty innovations.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they come up with?
All right, get this. Something you use every day.
What?
Paper.
Wait, paper? Like what I'm writing on? They invented that.
Yep. Before paper, they had to write on bamboo or silk. Can you imagine?
Ouch. Like that would be so hard. Talk about writer's cramp.
Right. And they also made this device could tell time using the sun.
A sundial. We learned about those in class.
They got them super accurate, yeah. Farmers, they loved them. Had to know when to plant, when to harvest.
It's like a farmer's best friend.
Right. And remember acupuncture? They were like way ahead of their time in medicine.
Like ancient wisdom about healing. Cool.
And acupuncture, it's still around today. Shows how much they knew.
Okay, so paper, sundials, acupuncture. What's next? Eternal youth.
Maybe not. But they were amazing artists, too.
Ooh, tell me more. What kind of art?
Figure painting. Think like really realistic portraits, but ancient Chinese style. They painted religious figures, scholars.
Capturing like their soul, right?
Yeah. And their tombs, palaces, they were covered in these detailed murals, scenes from life, stories, everything.
Wow, so cool. Okay, so they were inventors, healers, artists, anything they couldn't do.
Well, they weren't just visual artists. Poetry was huge. They had two styles, fu and shi.
Okay, what's the difference?
Think of fu like a long epic story, lots of description. Shi was shorter, more lyrical, like a pop song.
So poetry for every mood.
Exactly. And remember Sima Qian?
The historian.
Yeah, he wasn't just any historian. He was like a rock star. His writing, it wasn't just dates and names. It was like a story, full of drama, insights.
Bringing history to life.
Exactly. But, all this stuff, it didn't just happen, right? There are some key things that made the Han Dynasty so successful for so long.
Okay, yeah. What was their secret? They had it figured out.
We're going to break down those secrets. Like, it's the key to understanding why they were so great. Okay, so why was the Han Dynasty so successful, right? For over 400 years. It's like figuring out the cheat codes to win the game.
Okay, yeah. What were those cheat codes?
Well, first, strong government, centralized, like the control center keeping everything running.
Right. Like a good student council president keeping things organized.
Exactly. And remember Liu Bang, Emperor Wudi, they set up clear rules, like a really good student handbook,
Yeah. When everyone knows the rules, things go smoother.
Totally. And Confucianism.
Yeah.
Choosing that as the official philosophy, that was huge.
Right. Like respect, family, being a good citizen.
It was ingrained in everything. Government, education, gave everyone a shared set of values.
It's like a class motto that everyone actually believes in.
Exactly. But a dynasty needs more than just good rules, right? Gotta have a strong economy too.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone's happier when there's enough to go around.
Right. And remember those farmers? They were key. Agriculture was booming, and the Han leaders, they were smart. They managed resources, invested in irrigation, encouraged trade.
So they were good planners. Made sure everyone had what they needed.
Yeah, totally. They knew a strong economy. It's the foundation of everything.
Okay, so strong leadership, good values, booming economy. What else? What's the secret ingredient?
Don't forget about their military. Strong army, protected their borders, even expanded their territory sometimes.
Right, like a really good school security guard, keeping everyone safe.
Yeah. They had, advanced weapons, good strategies, this military strength that kept things peaceful and stable.
Okay, so it's all these things together, right? Strong leadership, those shared values, the economy, the military.
Yeah.
That's what made them so successful.
Exactly. It's they figured out how to build a lasting civilization and their legacy. It still inspires people today. Shows us that strong foundations, good values, and a willingness to try new things. Those are always important.
Awesome. So there you have it, our crash course on the Han Dynasty. Remember those things, and you'll ace that test, no problem.
And don't forget all the cool stories, right? All the innovations in art and culture.
Yeah, the Han Dynasty was amazing. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing. And remember, learning about history, it could be fun.